I don't know if you know, but if you look at earned income, most millionaires or billionaires are never going to pay what you pay in taxes. They're never going to pay their fair share. They're never going to pay their fair share, even if the laws that the administration put up. The big beautiful bill that was specifically for wealthy people. Okay, there were tax loopholes and all these things that we could take advantage of if you're wealthy, but they will never pay their fair share because they don't use earned income or active income. They invest their money, they have their money tied up in investments. This is where you want to be. So they're using passive income. So they're creating debt, right? So they're purchasing property. They're not using their own money, they're using OPM, other people's money. So they're creating debt, good debt, and their money is wrapped up in their debt. They're getting money from their assets, and they're also generating interest. That's ultimately where we need to be. But a lot of us are on the grind with being an employee, and that's okay too, because if it's making you money, if you feeding your kids, you're doing all those things, that's totally fine if that's where you want to be. But for those of you who want to go to the next level, ultimately you want to be an investor. Real estate is a great way to be an investor. You could actually build your wealth portfolio. The problem is that I've seen, and so when I see problems in the market, I try to create solutions, right? So the problem I've seen is we'll take these classes with a Grant Cardone, or we'll take these classes and we'll want to invest in these multi units and things like that, flipping properties and all of these things. I can show you how to do all that stuff. That's great. I want you to flip property. I want you to invest in multi units. I want you to do that. But what happens when tax time comes around? What happens if somebody gets hurt on your property is that you have opened up yourself for liability. Okay. And what happens is people don't know how to secure themselves and create businesses around these things so that they can pass them. And so now you have these investments. You don't really know what to do with them. You're paying all this money in taxes. You have no tax shelters because you don't know how the tax system works. You're exposing yourself. You're opening up yourself for exposure for lawsuits. You don't have everything set up in place. And so when we're talking about creating real estate, when we're talking about building real estate portfolios, it's important that we're alignment with our business as well. It's important that we create businesses as well. And here's the thing: business across the board. Whether your business is selling fried chicken, whether your business is you have a flower shop, whether you are a real estate professional and you have a business in real estate, the way a business is set up is the same across the board.